I couldn't stop watching the BBC yesterday.
Oh, that was satisfying.
Oh, wasn't it?
It really is. I mean, there was a thought that
a really, really bad guy could get in charge of England.
Jeremy Corbyn, who is absolute anti-Semite. This one really fits these days. Pals around with terrorists. That one from the old Sarah Palin days 100% fits Jeremy Corbyn.
He makes Bernie Sanders look like George Washington.
It's true.
He really does, because he does not like freedom. He does not like Great Britain. He loves the former Soviet Union. I mean, he is a very bad guy. Very bad guy.
It seems like, shockingly, the UK kind of figured that one out. Britain figured that out. And they gave a gigantic win to Boris Johnson and the Conservatives in a way to the level that they didn't even expect. Conservatives didn't even expect to win at this level.
It is bigger than Margaret Thatcher. And about the size of Winston Churchill in World War II.
And he was pretty popular after that.
We
were like,
it
was, got that Hitler thing right.
Yeah, I think we should go with him.
Yeah.
I think that's good. They lost, the left lost seats that have been held since like 1930.
I saw one that was 84 years. It had been held by Labor, the Labor Party, which is, this essentially their left. And, conservatives over there now have it. And Boris Johnson, I mean, he's great. He comes off as sort of aloof and a little silly, and his hair's messed up, and he's kind of a goofball. By design, I think. But in reality, he's
absolutely
incredibly smart. Disarming.
He comes out before he walks out in public. He musses up his hair. I mean, he's much more calculated.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is just like, hey.
He just goes for it.
He just pulls the six shooters out as he feels. Corbyn is Johnson is really, really, really an intellectual, and is more of a show. I mean, Trump is a show too, but Johnson, I think, knows when he's mussing up his hair.
Sure. And a lot of this went around Brexit. And it's an interesting thing here because, half the country voted for Brexit, half of it voted against. It's a pretty close vote, but Brexit won out and it was supposed to go through. It's been 3 years now where we've been waiting for this to happen. And the government has done everything it can to screw this up and stop it. And it's interesting that a lot of people who voted to stay, Remain voters, came around and voted for the Conservative Party because they said, this is ridiculous. Like I don't even want I didn't even want Brexit. I voted against it. But what you're doing here is you're not even honoring our vote. Like I lost and I'm willing to lose because we need to honor the things that went on here.
I heard a Labor Party member yesterday, and I just thought, I wonder what's going to happen here in America. Next election. But he was saying, you can't do this. You can't, and this goes to the GOP as well. Hello, Obamacare. You can't ask people to vote, let them vote, and then just overturn it and just say we're not doing any of those things.
Any parallels to the United States you can think of right now?
None.
It's like, you guys lost. Trump won. I understand you wanted a different result there. You got a chance to do it in 2020. We're in the middle of an election. Go out there, and if you think he's been a bad president, defeat him.
Well, I just love this from New York Magazine, the idea that many people on the left here in America were looking at Corbyn and saying, yeah, what's going to happen in Great Britain is going to be a precursor of what's coming. And today I'm like, it is. You're exactly right. He was so far out of the mainstream, and he was pushing for the things that people felt were unfair and wrong. People that voted for Labor before, they saw this, and one of the Labor leaders said, you can't ignore democracy. Yeah. You can't ignore the people. Now, this was a Labor leader. This is what's happening with the media and with the left. That they think that they are in the majority, and they are not in the majority.
And the Democratic Party is learning something. They're terrified by this result because this is essentially, if you think about it from our perspective, if Boris Johnson is Trump, Jeremy Corbyn is their Elizabeth Warren, is their Bernie Sanders. And so the Democrats today are trying to say, wait a minute, we can't run somebody like that because the same thing is going to happen to us that happened to Labour in the UK. You can't run someone so incredibly extreme, and it's going to rise, I think, the momentum behind some of these more moderate, quote-unquote, candidates, which, by the way, are not moderate at all. But I mean, the ones they are saying are moderate.